right.
All right. Let's get this thing cracking. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Always.
Welcome back to episode 11 of the Everybody But Me show. I'm here with Katie, Phil, and Dominique, where we explore the world of singledomness. Is that even a word? I don't know.
Tonight it is.
Tonight it is. And the reason why we call it Everybody But Me is because Phil, Katie, and Dominique are all in a relationship, and I'm not. So this is why it's the Everybody But Me show. And today we have a great topic. Today we're talking about breakups. And we've all been through them. We've all
Gotten
helped
over them.
each other through them, I'd say.
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
And
Yes.
so we're here to share our stories of our breakups and how we've gotten through them and how we didn't sometimes. And
But acted like we did.
yeah. And so let's have some fun today. Katie always kicks it off with a question, and then we lead it to a song. So Katie, what's the question?
My question is, my question was, have you ever been dumped? But I feel like we've
Yeah.
talked,
I mean, the whole world saw it, Katie.
I know, so-
really thought that question through, Katie. Have you ever been dumped? Yes, Katie, I have been on live television.
I just feel like this
Boom.
is,
Who even remembers that? Am I right?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Did that happen?
So with
But-
that said, I'm going to pivot here, and I want to know if you have ever broken up with somebody, because all we talk about on here a lot is that you're the one that always gets dumped.
Yeah. Yeah.
So have you ever broken up with somebody?
This is going to be good. And
Okay.
we're gonna go to a song. And we're back. All right.
Tequila hit.
So Katie asked me, have I ever broken up with somebody before? And the answer for the longest time has been no. But recently, I was in a relationship, and I decided that this wasn't the right timing. You know, I liked the person a lot, but the timing was off. Our connection was off. Like, our feelings were there, but our connection was off, if that makes any sense to anybody.
Yeah.
And we were just living two different worlds, and we weren't going to be able to connect and meet like we wanted to, just because what's going on in my world and their world. And so I was like, we're going to learn to hate each other because of how we feel, because of what everything's going on in our worlds, because we're never going to get to spend that time with each other. And I'd rather take the time now to step away from each other, take a step back, and then maybe revisit it, like, and then just have like an amicable breakup, and then maybe down the road we can reconnect, because what we were going through wasn't healthy. You know what I mean? I was like, this isn't going to be good for us. So I was like, it wasn't good for me at least. You know what I mean? I was like, my head wasn't right. I couldn't focus on what was most important. So I was like, it's going to make me resent her or not like where we're at and just get mad or angry or upset. And I can't be that because I have so much important things going on in my life right now. So I was like, I would love to see this girl like another day, like down the road maybe. But right now, if we were to continue on this path, I would learn to hate each other. And I didn't want that because I really respected and liked this girl a lot. But that was, so I'd never broken up with someone before. And that was like the hardest thing for me to do, was sit there and have that conversation, because I was like, I don't like letting people down,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
And for me to sit there and do that hurt, because I didn't want to put her in I don't want her to feel bad. I didn't want, you know, and I felt bad. Like, I was throwing up for like the 2 days prior to it every day, just like sick, anxiety,
I remember.
all that
Nervous
stuff.
wreck.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because like,
I feel you on that.
I care about this person a lot, you know, and because if I ask you to be my girlfriend, if I really, really do like admire you, adore you, like I want the world for you. So for me to have to like step away and break up, it was like the hardest thing for me to do. And because I've never done it to anyone. I've never had those. I never fired somebody.
Thank God.
You're lucky. I've never had a breakup.
Yet.
I've never had a breakup with somebody before. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
for me, this was such a challenge. And honestly, it was such a growing experience for me, because not that I want to break up with somebody ever again, but I felt more comfortable having that tough conversation.
Because you knew like what you needed at that time,
Yeah.
or what you both needed if you're saying you both were busy. I think that timing is important in the sense of like the beginning, you're building a foundation.
Right.
So if you don't have the time to build that, I feel like you're already walking on insecurities, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, you're not giving me enough time. I'm not a priority, but really maybe you both just had too much going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it was like, I didn't want to take my own feelings like I need this, this, and this, and this, because I was like, I'm here in Florida. I can't go anywhere. You know what I mean? I'm grinding down here, and like I was hoping to have, I was like, I got in this relationship, and I was like, maybe we can spend more time here. And just, like she was so busy up there, so I was like, it didn't work. You know what I mean? And it was just like, I was like, I need to be so locked in and focused right now. And if we just continue to go down this path, I was gonna learn we were gonna learn to resent and hate each other, and I didn't want that. I wanted us to be able to actually have a time where maybe we're both in New York spending time together, or maybe both in Florida spending time together. But like now it wasn't that time, and I just didn't want us to go down a really toxic path or dark. Like this just wasn't. I felt healthy, and I know I couldn't be healthy in it.
Right.
And so, I made that step. I took the step and had that conversation.
Sounds like a mature decision to me.
I was going to say, like, I feel like all of us in this room I've seen your growth and maturity over the past couple years. And in my opinion, the first couple days or week of a breakup is the worst. We all know that, right? Yeah. Like the oldest saying, time heals everything. It's so true. And for Ty to sit back, for her, it's a respect factor. It's like, hey, I know that this isn't right now. And because I care and respect you, I'm stepping away, not because of you as a person,
right,
but because of our paths. And I actually think that shows a lot about your character.
And this is the first time, I'm going to ask you guys this, because this is the first time I've spoken on the breakup, really. I mean, I came out right away off, after the breakup happened, I was like, I'm going to go, I'm not going to go, but I got asked on TV, I was like, fuck it, I'm going to talk about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm single. You know what I mean?
You got asked if you were in a relationship?
Yeah, and I wanted it to, and I wanted it to be known, because the same thing happened with Camila. She broke up with me. I brought her name out. She broke up with me. Whatever, fuck it. She broke up with me, and then a week later, I'm out at a bar, and a girl's got her hand on me, and I'm talking to a girl. I'm single, but because I never announced it to the public,
it looked bad.
It looked bad on you.
It looked bad on me, and then she unfollowed me the next day and blocked me. And now it looked like, and then all the articles Tyler's cheating, and everyone was accusing me of cheating, but it was completely the other way around. And then it came out a week later, and everyone saw what it was. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so this time I was like, I ain't playing that game. You know what I mean? And then so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put it out there, because I don't want to. I want to be able to be free and be me. We both need to step away. We both need to do our thing
without the accusations.
Yeah.
You know?
And then after breakups happen, true colors always come out. Isn't
that the truth?
And so, there's not much else that needs to be said about it, but breakups are tough, and and no one likes to go through it.
No.
No.
And every breakup I've ever been in, I try to do my best to respect that person. My first relationship, when we broke up the last time, is because I hurt her. You know what I mean? And when we had our last breakfast together, so that closing talk with her, it was, damn, I never want to see someone like this ever again. You know what I mean? I never want to see someone that's hurt.
Yeah.
And that hurt me, and that changed my whole way of dating and respecting somebody and treating somebody. When they set boundaries, you follow them.
Yeah.
And if you can't follow them, you deserve to be broken up with, because that's your best friend. That's a person that you love and you care for. If she says, I don't want you to do this, don't do it. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's
within reason.
Reason.
But yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
And then my second breakup, it was just, I mean, we can talk about this, because I think it's, I'll be being honest. You know what I mean? We broke up 3 times within the whole relationship. The first 2 times, I was sick. I mean, Katie, you saw me.
I wasn't trying to call you out.
You can all call me out, because I feel like everyone relates to this. We've all been
Oh,
sick.
100%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I take baths if y'all ever see me in a bath, someone dump me.
Yeah. Tyler would FaceTime me either late at night or early in the morning, and just being sad. And he'd always end it with I'm just gonna get in the tub.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I would just get in the tub.
And I feel so bad, because there really is nothing anybody can do when somebody's going through a breakup, at least for that first week. Like, I feel like sulking is okay for the first week. Then you got to pick yourself up and your friends got to rally around you, but like, go take your tub time.
Yeah.
You know?
And well, here's a good tub story. So
just imagine Tyler fitting in his tub though.
I don't.
His tub is like 3 feet big.
I'm picturing bubbles and
I got
like
one of
rubber
those
duckies.
just to put in perspective, I have one of those shower tub combos. So like it's a small bath. So like to lay down in it, my legs are like halfway up the shower. You know what I mean?
Are you a candle and bath bomb guy?
I like a bath bomb.
Me too.
You know what I mean? But I haven't done that in a long time. Candle and bath bombs. Tubs, yes.
Why?
but so here's the true story. Literally after the Bachelorette finale, like you know, in Greece, I'm like getting ready to propose. We break up, right? Mm-hmm. We had that thing, and the whole time I'm like, suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. This is not your moment. This is her moment. Like, just get out of Dodge. Like, you know what I mean? Like take, you know, just get out of her hair, let her have her day, you know? And actually she told me later on, like she felt like, oh guys, I guess I did break up with him. It was good because he seemed like he didn't care. But my whole thing was like, this is her day. I don't want her to feel bad.
Yeah.
You know? And so it came over me right away. Like, this isn't about you. This is about her. You know, this is her special day. So I left her, got in the van, and like they're having like the talks with me, like they're trying to get you to express all your feelings, and I'm telling them what it feels like. I remember I was like, it feels like 100 uppercuts to the stomach. You know what I mean? Like you just beat up. You know what I mean?
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
And they're driving me to the hotel, and I keep seeing them doing circles and circles and circles of like me, like circles of like trying to get me to talk more. And I was like, guys, I'm done. Let me out. I'm done. They let me out. The camera guy gets out and he gives me a hug. And he goes, I've never seen someone conduct themselves the way you've conducted yourself on this show.
Oh.
Wow.
And then I just started tearing up. And then I had my producer, which she became like, the producer became like your close friends. You know what I mean? And we're walking down this beautiful resort in Greece. And like, you're walking down, it's like in the valley, and there's mountains all around you, or not in the valley, but it's in the, I can't think. It's in the ocean and mountains on the side of it, whatever that's called.
Cliffs?
I don't know.
Okay.
Bay. It's a bay. It's a bay. It's a bay. It's a bay.
It's been a day.
So I'm walking down this bay, and the tears just start coming down. And I'm crying.
Man.
And I'm like, damn, I've always just been this close. I've always been this close. My football career, my like, you know, relationships, everything in my life, I've always been so close to getting there, you know? And I'm also grateful for being this close for so many reasons why. That's a different story. So I get there, and I get to my room, and of course we forget our keys. Now I'm just sitting outside my door while my producer's going to go get the key. I'm crying by myself, and and she comes back, and I go, oh, no. And at this point you don't have your phone, you have nothing. So I go, can I just have your computer? I just want to listen to Spotify, and I need a 12-pack of beer.
And a tub.
Yeah, no, and so literally I got my 12-pack of beer, I got my Spotify, and I went upstairs, turned the bubble bath on.
Wow.
And I listened to Juice WRLD's album 3 times through, drank my beer. I was like screaming like Juice WRLD songs, and just like, all emotional and shit.
Letting it out.
Yeah, but hey, you got to get it out of you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And breakups are hard, and there's someone told me this saying, this stat that if you date for a year, it takes about half the time to get over it. It was in the UK?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I find that so true.
It is very true.
It's like however long you've dated somebody, you need half the time to get fully over them. Not sure where I read it. Maybe Instagram, don't quote me on it. But I was like, I have the feeling it might be accurate.
I feel like that's spot on.
Yeah.
So if you date for like 3 weeks,
I'm back out there.
Week and a half.
In a week
You're
and a
good
half.
to go. You're good to go.
You're good to go.
But no, I mean, except for Katie dated someone for 8 years, took a year off, then is back in a relationship. So that math doesn't add up. But hey, her boyfriend is fantastic.
The stats for everybody else.
That does not apply to me.
But
I really only lied to Tyler. This is the real truth. I kind of lied to Tyler in a somewhat way because he was having like, this is so messed up. I'll just
What?
go.
Oh, call him out.
You were, it was a 1 or 2 relationships ago, and because this was like last year that I told you this, I want to say, and you were like, man, like still like kind of upset about it, and you were like mad at yourself that you couldn't get over it. And then I was like, don't be hard on yourself, like you need the time. And then I just kind of, I think, threw that at you.
You made that up?
I feel like I did.
I've been saying like it's some like real stat from somewhere, and you over here just made shit up, Katie.
I just
I
wanted
think
to
I've read that though.
Should we just, but I
actually, I've
genuinely,
always heard that from older people too. Though.
Yeah, you have?
Yeah, I have.
but does
Yeah.
it make sense though?
It does make sense. Well,
It does.
because like,
I've been there, so it does. Yeah.
like my first relationship, it was about, well, no, okay, my second relationship, we dated for about 8 months, and about 4 or 5 months into it is when I think I snapped out of it, and I was on a dark spiral.
Yeah.
Like drinking,
Yeah.
drugs, like I was like, if I go, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, I hate my life right now. But because I was doing the worst things to myself. I was drinking, I was partying, and I was trying to fill a void with the worst things you could possibly feel. And it was a dark time. 'Cause I haven't been broken or hurt like that and just drug across the mud ever. And like everything hurt, you know? And I look back at pictures of myself then. I put on weight. I was drinking every night. I was drinking 4 or 5 nights a week.
Yeah.
You know, I was a menace.
Were you in New York?
I was in New York.
I was gonna say. I
Yeah,
feel
you weren't-
like
you weren't down
you
here.
were
Yeah,
with us,
trust me.
that's
I was
for
gonna
damn
say.
sure. Yeah.
Because when we broke up, I was like, I'm not going back to Florida.
Yeah.
It was right. It was like COVID was, coming to an end. Like New York City was back, opened up again, and I was like, I
was too slow
just did
here
my
for you.
dance show. Like we broke up. I did my dance show. I was like, well, I'm not going back to Florida. I'm not. I will go nuts.
I remember.
So I went to New York City and just went nuts, and drank, partied, hooked up, and just filled everything that I was missing because there was a void now with the worst things possible. And I remember I had my breakdown point. You know what I mean? Like I had my rock bottom, and it was right before my birthday. And drinking, partying, drugs, all that. And I was,
Vegas.
no, I was in Chicago throwing a party, and was with a girl who I was actually really into, and then just like it didn't work out, and I was just like felt like shit. I was hungover, going home back to New York City, and 3 days later I was supposed to fly to Vegas and throw my birthday party and get paid a lot of money to throw my birthday party, and I was like, I hate my life. I hate my life. I hate my life. I was miserable. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? And I literally called everyone, and I was like, I'm not doing this, guys. I can't do it. Something happened at home. I have to go home. So I flew home to Jupiter, and I moved back home. And I got back in the gym. I got back building healthy habits. I kind of left that part of me behind. I still definitely dabble and be a
That's
menace
why you only go to New York for 2 days at a time.
Right.
every now and then. But
Get your wiggles out.
2 day stretch.
I still got the wiggles in me, but like that's just because I want to have fun.
But that's because it's coming from a different place now.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yes.
before it was just coming out of a dark place.
Yeah.
And a place of hurt and breakups are tough. you
They
know?
are. But I think that leads to a good point of like how do you get over breakups? Like, I mean, you just mentioned like unhealthy ways, right? But I know for us, the one time around when you and I both were going through a breakup, I mean, all we did was work out and went on adventures, and that's genuinely, I got over my long ass relationship in like record time because I was like building all these healthy habits I never had, finding independence, and being around people I know cared about me.
Right.
Dom, you were there all through it.
Phil, Dom, you both been through breakups.
Mm-hmm.
What are ways that you guys gotten through difficult breakups?
I'm going with Kate said. I kept myself busy and surrounded myself around my true friends
Right.
and talked about it, to be honest. Cried about it first, got angry about it second.
That's what you got to do.
And then I talked about it and went,
Yeah.
okay, then that wasn't my person.
When is a breakup the hardest? When you fucked up, or when they just break up with you out of nowhere? Because
Out of nowhere.
feel it.
That hurts the most because as humans, naturally, we blame ourselves right off the bat. Then you reflect on yourself like, Why wasn't I good enough? What could have I done differently? I think that's the hardest part. I'd rather someone cheat on me. I'd rather somebody
Like
do
a hard core just
So then in
split.
my mind, I'm like, well, screw you. You were a terrible
least there's a
person.
reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other way around, I reflect. It's been harder for me, even though ultimately over time you realize, well, this was not my person. If they could have left me that way or made me feel that way, obviously they weren't my person. But I think it's harder when they didn't do anything wrong and they're just like ghosting you. I think
Yeah.
it's the worst.
Yeah, that's tough. I was gonna say I dated this girl back in the day, and man, I came home one day and she told me it was over, but she told me the reason why. I still couldn't understand it. Why? She actually was missing an ex of hers, and we were living together. And I came home from work late at night because I was bouncing in nightclubs. I'm like, what do you mean it's over? Like, I was treated this girl like a queen, and I've always been taught if you treat a person like a queen, they'll never do anything wrong to you.
Right.
So she didn't physically cheat on me. She emotionally cheated on me. And you know, you women,
God, that just hurt my belly.
Yeah.
it's a lot worse.
Yeah, 100%.
So
Yeah.
I packed my bags, crying out the door, and walked away. And she tried to come back. And I was so weak at moments. I wanted to take her back. But at the same time, I'm like, what if she does it to me again? Now
Yeah.
I'm her yo-yo because she knows how I feel about her.
That's why I also don't really believe in second chances.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
tough. It was
It's
tough.
always going to have that what if in the back of your head.
Yeah.
Of like, are they going to randomly leave me again? Or are they
Right.
going to do this again? Or
You know what I hate? I hate breaks.
What is
the
a break?
hell
Can
is
we
a
talk about
break?
breaks?
There's no such thing to me.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nope. If you want to break with me, that means you want it to be over.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
If life gets hard.
But I have a question. So I'm gonna try and play devil's advocate here.
Okay.
So a break, right? Say you guys are both battling, going through it, right? Like you guys are just confrontational. You're having your hard time with each other. You're like, hey, you know what? We probably need 2 days to just step away, reconsider, reconvene everything that's going on between us, and maybe if we come back, it'll be, we'll feel better about this. Like we'll realize, like, you know what, this is what's good for me. This, So could a break be healthy? Because I'm trying to think, like, for instance, the last relationship I was in, we were arguing, fighting. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna step back, right? Step back, and when I did, it gave me my clarity. But I also think it gave me my clarity, like I need to get out of this relationship because I need to focus on work. I need to be here because my head wasn't right when we were dating, right? But can he give you the clarity that, you know what, maybe this is where you need to be?
I can't tell if using another definition for it makes it better or worse, but I almost feel like you should say space.
I was just going to say that.
Because there's shitty people out there who are like, well, I did this because
We're on a break. Right.
and
I was
justify
gonna
it as a break. And I think that's messed up. I think space is like, hey, I love you, but I've been feeling this way. You've been feeling this way. We can't seem to find a common ground. Let's take some space. By the way, that means I'm still your person.
Right.
But we're going to think about it. I think that's the mature.
That's the right way to go.
Yeah, that's the way to go. Because the other way, it's like you can.
Okay.
But I also think, like, just like you said, like, you have to make sure that you're communicating that. Like, I think the worst thing that I would have to go through, like, in my old relationship was, like, the random silence. Like, never, like, declaring that somebody needed space. It was just, like,
I'm taking space on
one
my
side
own.
or the other. It was, like, we just stopped texting each other back. Like, no, like, hey, I need some space. It was just, like, I'm going ghost for a while.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like as long as you're, like, communicating that you need the space and then take it, not just randomly ghosting.
Is that a male thing that we do that? Because
Who goes more, men or women?
I was going to say, I think guys do it because we're kind of soft.
I don't know. I can play
I think it
this
depends on the
Yeah,
girl.
it
Really?
And it
Okay.
depends on the situation. Like, I can go silent if I need to. Luckily, I don't have
I have
to
some
anymore.
girlfriends that are could be like
Hardcore.
goodbye
Yeah.
and just stick to it. So,
But that's that's more of a girl thing. But can men actually do that?
I feel like men cave
know.
more over time.
What, text?
Yeah, they end up like they
Yeah.
think about it
Yeah.
one day and they shoot you a text.
I suck at
Yeah,
it.
like
Yeah.
anytime
Yeah,
your phone
I'm not
is
going to break
chiming.
up. So I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've had guys do it, and I'm like, this is really random, but all right.
Yeah.
You know?
I had a breakup, and we were not talking. But I was like, hey, let me just drive you to the airport. for your trip, because I was like, I gotta talk to you, like, and I got her to let me talk to her, and I almost think it made like matters worse, because I was like,
Because you did it in person?
well, no, like I was like trying to get her back, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, I was like trying to get her back, and like I was just like, at that point I was so weak and vulnerable, and like she said, I need you to take this car and drive it past 4 lanes on the other side of that 95. Like, all right, we going over there. You know what I mean? Like I was like, you know, I was at that point I was like saying yes to anything to try and make it work, and I needed to step away, you know, and that breakup right there, I was sick. I was throwing up every day. I was hurt, you know.
There's nothing worse than that belly feeling.
Oh, no.
that
Oh my
gut.
God, that
Like, especially going through a breakup and then you like wake up first in the morning, you forget about it for a hot second, and then it like hits you again, and you're like, oh. Fuck.
Well, here's my biggest problem with breakups is I can't sleep.
Me either.
I can't
Yeah.
sleep.
Or eat. Like some
Eat.
people can binge eat when they are
Yeah.
sad. I'm opposite. Like I can't even fathom food.
I lose weight.
Yeah.
I
I
can't.
also
too.
can't concentrate whatsoever.
I can't eat, sleep, concentrate, and this is gonna be a nasty one. But if you have the same feeling, I need to know so I'm not the only one.
Oh, Tyler.
But I get little squirts when I shit now. I don't get real shits anymore.
Yeah, we're working on that. You need to drink more water.
No,
Is that nerves?
No, it's
it
the
only
nervous.
happens-
Is it nerves?
You get
The
Yeah.
nervy squirts.
He gets all
The nervy squirts?
Yeah.
Is that what we
The
call it?
nerves.
That's what I'm calling them now.
Wow.
So I can't
Our
eat,
callers
sleep,
that call
drink,
in.
focus, or shit.
My
when I go through a
boyfriend calls
breakup.
Tyler Picasso because he paints the toilet.
Oh my god!
Oh my God, that's
Not here, Katie. This is why it's still the Everybody But Me show.
Gave me tequila. All right, I have a question. If you break up and you gathered mutual friends during the relationship, who gets to keep the friends?
Oh, this is
Oh,
interesting.
this is a great question.
Because for me, my girl Jess Rizzo, that's still my girl, but that's it. Then I had to kind of like come back to Jupiter and kind of. Thanks for forgiving me, Tyler. And then I had to find my friends again, you know, because I had to give up my life there.
Yeah, no, I think it's cool. Like if you see him in public, like it's cool to be cool with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I don't talk to any of their friends. None of them. You know, and because what I've learned is they all just talk shit on me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's like, why would I even try to like I remember I was at a bar one time, and they were all there, and she was there. You know, and I was trying to be very nice. You know, and they were all just being straight catty to me, and I'm like,
Wow.
yo, I'm just trying to be like show love and be cool and be nice.
Had it been like a significant amount of time?
It was like 2 years later.
Oh, that's
Okay.
silly.
Then that's,
And they were
that's
still being
so
catty?
Yeah, it was 25. I was 28. You know what I mean?
I even think you be cordial with people you've dated if it's been 2 years ago. Like I would
Right.
have, like, you know, if you see somebody in public, like, hey, what's up? How are you? Like at that point, there should be no bad feelings.
I agree.
Yeah.
But guess what? They didn't get invited to my after party that night.
Tyler.
That was a great party. That was the night before Thanksgiving. Remember that?
And this is why
Oh,
it's
yeah.
still
Yeah.
everybody but
But me show.
Oh, now I know what
now
you're
you
talking
know what
about.
I'm talking about.
That was a fun party.
Yeah. Yeah. What about this? Have you all ever seen when's like the first time seeing your ex after a breakup, like running into them? What was that feeling like?
Pit.
worse.
Pit in the stomach. Like,
Was it Pitt? Oh, was it?
the first time running
first
into
time,
them?
yeah.
You get a little pit in your stomach. Or the other hand, you be like, yeah, I look good right now. And they see me.
Phil, I was just gonna say
Boom.
that.
Got me. Yeah, she checking me out still. So yeah, I still got her. I'm just saying, it happened.
I think it just is what, I don't know.
Yeah. I have a story. Nah.
Uh-oh.
Can't tell it.
I don't know which one you're talking about, so I don't know if you should say it or not.
Los Angeles. Well, I'll just say this. I saw her, and I was with another girl, and there was another girl there from my past. So it was like all my
Oh,
past
damn.
at once, like 3 girls from my past all at once, and then my ex. You know what I mean?
Your immediate ex.
Yes.
Okay.
And so it was like I mean, these are like girls I've known for a while, you know, and it was just boom, one hit me. And I'm like, whoa, what is going on? And then I turn around, and it's my ex walking up. And I'm like, what in the world? And when I saw her, the only feeling I had was like it was no like happy to see. I just started laughing. You know what I mean? Like I was like, what is this situation that I'm in right now? You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I started laughing, and then she was startled. You could see it in her eyes, you know. And I was just like trying to keep it cool, trying to keep it nice, cordial. And she kept walking, and I got back to my booth, and I'm like sitting there. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And the only thing I felt really was like, man, that girl made me feel so bad about myself.
Yeah.
And like it was that pit. Like I was like, fuck that. You know?
Right.
Right.
I think when you like run into an ex, it's that weird feeling at first of like, do I say hi? Do I not say hi situation? And then you kind of like walk away for a couple minutes. You're like, holy shit, I just really see that person? Because you never really expect to run into an ex. And then it's just a matter of like, if you've already healed, it's like, oh man, like you just feel like you dodged a bullet or like,
Or you're good now.
or you're good now. And it's like, I hope they are too.
Right.
You know, like that's.
Saw the same ex in Miami, and this is months and months later. The LA was like part of my spiral, part of my bad days. You know what I mean? And months and months later, I'm in a much better place, feeling good about life, happy, excited, like healthy, all that, you know. And I'm at a party in Miami, and my boy goes, you know, turn around, your girl's behind you. And I turn around, she was at the other side of the pool, and she was there. And I was like, it was whatever to me. You know what I mean? And
Did you say hi?
No.
No?
Like I just saw the back of her.
Okay.
And so I just kept it going, you know? And then later on, my boys ran into her, and they're like, yo, TC, she wants to say, like, what's up to you? She wants to talk to you. And I told my fellows, I was like, guys, I got nothing to say to her. I don't want to talk to her. She did me, like, she fucked me over. She did me wrong.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I got nothing to say to her. And to me, it was empowering. You know, if she needed something, I'd be there for her. But I didn't want to have small talk with her. Like you do me wrong, I cut you off. You know what I mean?
Right.
And,
Yeah.
and like I think it's important. Like people think, like, oh, you should still be friends. You don't have to be friends.
No, you don't have to be.
No.
No.
You don't owe them anything.
No.
You know what I mean?
Respect
Keep
each
arm's
other
length,
from
baby.
a distance and
Yeah.
move on.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't have to be rude like Ty said, but in my opinion, if you've done me wrong, then if I'm nice to you and I'm smiling, it's like I'm like, okay.
You're disrespecting yourself.
Yeah.
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 Because we've all run into our exes that are shitty and been like, thank God, like I'm never with you. Like I never want to see you again. I don't know.
I think the best, like you just said, thank God, and because thank God is getting you one step closer to the right person, and it's teaching you everything you don't want in the next person.
Yep.
So true.
Absolutely.
All right, we are going to go to a song,
And when we come back, we need to hear your breakup stories
and we want to hear your breakup stories.
and how you get over them.
So we're gonna call you back in 1 second, but first, let's play a song.
And do you get the nervy squirts?
That's so foul.
Because
So
you know I
foul.
do.
Well, Ty was like, I can't be the only one, so we're asking the fans.
Someone else has got to get the nervous.
I've thrown up, so I know I can relate with him on the throwing up part.
Oh, throw up. Yeah.
Oh man, but I have another question. Do guys take it worse than girls? Breakups?
No, I think it depends.
You think it's equal?
Oh, God, yeah.
Call in right now. We want to hear your breakup stories.
Or questions.
Or if you're about to go
if
through
you're
one,
going
need some
through
help,
it.
we here for you.
We got you.
That's so funny. I trained all of them. We seriously said his name. Oh man, that was hilarious.
Well, that's the best part is you have like the funniest stories about all of us.
Yes, I do. From the outside, look at it.
Yeah.
All right, we got our first caller here. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's your name?
Mia?
Mia, what's going on, Mia? How you
Hi,
doing?
Mia.
Hey Mia, how are you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good. Hi.
Mama Mia.
Hey, I get that a lot.
She goes real original.
Had to say it, girlfriend. Had to say it.
I could definitely kind of see where, like, you come from, Tyler, like, with your breakup and stuff, because I just dealt with that last week.
Mm.
Where, like, you don't want to do it, but I think it's right to do it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a relationship for 9 years.
Wow.
So it's definitely really hard, but it's something that I needed to do and focus on myself. because I gave this guy everything and thought about him before I did anything, and I didn't get anything in return.
Wasn't reciprocated.
And it's like, once I told him everything that was going on, he was willing to change, and I was like, you can't force change.
Yeah, I was gonna say they always say they're gonna change, but then they change for like a month or two.
A little
Yep.
bit.
Right.
And it's,
Yep.
right, I mean, you've dated that person for 9 years, so you can obviously see the patterns. Like
Right.
they change, and then it's 2 months later they're back to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's also like exhausting telling somebody how to treat you.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Mia, how are you now? I mean, 9 years is a long time. So how are you now with the relationship, or like with grieving and
I
getting
mean, you're only a
past it?
week in,
Yeah.
so
How is that?
So it's definitely hard, and it's definitely like hitting me in waves where I feel like I'm okay and then I'm not. Like, I'll wake up in the morning and I won't think about it, and then start getting ready for work and it hits me and I'm just crying my eyes out.
Yeah.
yep.
But
comes
then I
in
just
waves.
think like I just have to focus on myself and do what's best for me.
Yeah. I think it's okay to feel that pain though. You, like I think where I went wrong in my grieving is like I didn't let myself feel it.
You ran from it.
I ran from it, and I just felt it. I felt like I filled that bucket with toxic things and negative
With
things.
garbage, right?
Yeah, it's like filling your time with healthy habits, but even when those waves come, like let it hurt for a little bit. Like sit with it.
Yeah.
I never understood that. People I like to let it hurt and let it like feel it. I was like, why would you ever do that to yourself? You know what I mean? I was like, I'm just gonna run away. I just took the route of running away from it, but then I realized like
You got to feel it.
Hey.
Then you just never put it. Then you never go through it, and then it just hits you eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mia, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 23.
Oh.
Wow. 9 years.
Well, you got a lot of life to live, Mia.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, wow.
Yes.
I'm excited for you, Mia. The whole world just opened up for you, Mia.
I know.
9 years and you're 23?
I'm
Yeah, you're
talking
good.
from experience. You're about to find so much independence
That
and
was-
so
hold
much
up.
happiness.
You were 12 years old, Mia.
No.
No, that's not the right math.
That's not the right math. She was 15.
You were 14.
14 or 15.
14
yeah.
years old, Mia.
So that's your high school love,
Yeah.
of course.
High school, college.
I think it was mainly my point was like I was part of his life and I went through a lot with him where he like lost a lot of his family and stuff. So I think part of me was not wanting to hurt him in the end because he didn't have much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also can't think that because it's going to hurt me in the long run.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's the hardest thing to do, but that's the right thing to do right there.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it
I
does
might have to
take.
take on those bathtubs though.
Yeah.
You just buy a lot of bath bombs.
Bath bombs, wine, candles.
Candles are the bomb. I love it.
So did you guys like break up and just call it quits? Or you guys still like talking or?
I kind of put it on quits for like 2 days. I told him it was done.
Mhm.
He really tried fighting for me and he told me and how great I was and everything. But I'm like, this is you telling me now because you don't want to lose me. But I've never heard him say any of these things to me prior to us being together.
Yeah.
So now I'm just like, I just got my stuff out of his house and now it's just me
Yeah.
back at home. And
Mia, I'm so excited for you.
I am too. And I have
too.
to say, like, when those waves come in a month or so, like, just don't get weak. Like, stay strong and remember, like, why you decided to walk
Yes.
away. Don't get.
yeah.
I always tell my friends too, when you feel like you want to text him,
Yeah, I memorized your phone number.
text your friend.
Yeah.
Yep. I made Katie memorize my phone number because
Tyler used to chant his phone number to me before we'd like leave from hanging out for the day and be like, if you get lonely, you text me, not him.
Yeah. Yeah. Me and Katie
I
went
have a
through a
lot of-
breakup at the same time. And when I got a bad text from my ex, I would send what I wanted to say to him to Katie.
Yep.
Be like, I'm not going to respond, but this is what
But
I would
just
say.
so you know.
That's a smart move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a
we
smart
would.
move.
that's really good.
Yeah.
The three of us were going through
Through
it. But
it.
wow, thank goodness we did.
Yeah, I have a lot of family and friends to kind of lean on.
Good.
Like they're always there for me, and when I do need to text that someone, it always ends up being them to text them because I kind of most of my routine was based off like with him. So now it's just doing a lot of my things by myself.
And just fill that with healthy habits. You know, find a gym, find things to get yourself involved in the community. You know, work hard, like find like a second job for yourself.
Lay in your damn bed alone and watch whatever the hell you want to watch, girl.
With a bowl of ice cream.
That's what I was doing actually before. And I got on here and it made me feel a lot better.
Good.
Well, Mia, you're still young. Like Tyler said, you have your whole future ahead of you. But you know what? The most important thing, find who you are without him.
Yeah. And don't regret.
Yeah,
and don't regret any of it. Like you learned more than you'll ever learn in that 9 years with one person.
Yeah, those 9 years taught you a lot.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. I definitely don't regret anything. It's just something that I needed to do, and it was hard, but I did it now, and now it's just moving forward and not going back.
That's it.
Well, we believe in you, Mia.
We're proud of you.
If you need to call someone on Tuesday nights at 6 o'clock, you can
call us. Yeah. Call me. Yep. You got four new teammates.
Right.
We're here to be with you through this breakup. We got 4 new teammates.
Yeah, you got 4 new teammates on your side. So
yes, you do.
Enjoy this journey you're about to embark on right now.
Yes, you got it,
Thank you.
Nice
And thanks for calling.
Bye, Mia.
Thank you.
I can't believe we didn't listen to Usher "Let It Burn."
That's a good one.
You should.
Because I was going to tell her, you know what? Right
Not
now, you
gonna
just got to
lie.
let Mia.
We
You
might
just
have to
got to
play
let
that
it
one
burn.
anyway.
Well, we have some IG write-ins, so we could do Let It Burn.
Because you want to, but no,
You gotta let it go. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a good one.
Taylor.
Might have to ride that one out.
Hello.
What's up, Taylor?
Hi, how are you guys?
Hi, Taylor. How are you?
I am good. Honestly, this is my first time listening to you guys. A handful of my friends listened to you, and I was like, okay, I have to like call and see what like all the hype is about. And I like everything you guys are saying. I'm just like over here with my wine, just like, yes, like I agree.
Well, welcome to the party.
And thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Taylor.
Thanks for having me.
Taylor, where are you from?
Yeah. I am from Minneapolis.
Minnesota.
But actually, my parents just got a place in Boca, so I'll be
Welcome.
I haven't been to Jupiter yet, so I'm gonna have to make my way over there.
Yeah. Well, you got the best place in the world right here in Jupiter.
Yep, you're gonna love it.
I mean, yeah, it looks like it for sure.
So you got a breakup story for us, Taylor?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's kind of a complex, big one. I was with a guy for 6 years. We were actually engaged. So, yeah, that was, something I obviously never, like, once you reach that point, of engagement and the excitement and all the celebration, you never think that it's going to turn on you like that. But he actually was unfaithful with one of our friends. So, yeah. But,
was he honest about it?
He was, and like super upfront and just, sharing everything, like super emotional and just fighting, which I totally commend that. But, just having to put yourself first and realizing that you don't want that once maybe kids are involved down the road or like,
absolutely.
I don't know. Like you said earlier, Katie, I'd rather have that happen, or maybe it was down, but I'd rather have that happen now, have somebody do that to me before, just more serious stuff and like all that stuff. So,
And Taylor, if you don't mind sharing, how did you find out?
She said he was upfront, honest, right?
Yeah. Just we're in mutual friend groups, so just through my other girlfriends. So,
Your other girlfriends told you?
Yeah, because that's what I was curious about.
Oh, so they told you, and then you confronted him, and then he was honest.
Yeah. So just really shitty overall, but
I have a question for you, Taylor.
Yeah.
If he told you before the girls told you, would that make things any differently for you?
I don't think so, just because it would put so many more questions in my mind still, like going forward of like, okay, I'm gonna, maybe try to work it out with this person and seeing if something changes, like maybe he's going through something and if I want to stick around and like, I don't know. So no, I'm happy I'm not happy how it turned out, but I'm happy of like how I, found this out, just because it again puts the decision on me to like, it's not my person, and making sure that I can always advocate for myself. And yeah, there's better people out there. I'm only 26, so I still have a good time ahead of me. Yeah.
Yes, you do. And that person.
Bill got married when?
My first time?
No, last time.
Oh, my last time? 39, I met my soulmate.
We got plenty of time.
39, you got plenty of time.
At any age, you have the time to set those boundaries and respect yourself and leave. And I mean, for you, you're 26, you still have.
And Taylor, if that person wasn't your friend, let's start with that.
Yeah.
No friend is gonna sleep with your person. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Homewreckers are shit people.
Yep.
That just gave me pit in my stomach.
I have chills.
I know.
Hey, we gonna get them, Taylor. I'm hyped.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say like it. I mean, it puts everything in perspective. Like you spend 6 or however many years with that person, like planning your life, and like, when you get thrown that wrench, it's just like a total wake up call, and just making sure that, you're always putting yourself first and just advocating for the right stuff. And maybe my person will be down in Florida. Like, who knows? Maybe I'll just go down there for a little bit.
I know some eligible bachelors down here for you, Taylor. Don't worry.
How long ago was this?
It was about 6 months ago. And actually, to your point, Katie, when you mentioned that it takes half the time to get over it, I feel like I half agree, but it's like due to circumstance almost.
It's easier
like in this
sometimes.
Case, this was like,
it speeds the process up a little bit.
I agree.
Yeah, I feel like just because of the pain and the hurt and like just the gut-wrenching whole aspect of this, I feel like it's a little bit, I don't know, not easier because it's never easier, but just...
It speeds it up a bit. It's like you have validation of why.
Right, exactly. So,
well, I applaud you for that, because I think there's a lot of people, especially when it's a lengthy relationship, who say like, maybe I can forgive because this is all I've ever known. And you stood up for yourself. You're choosing you and what you deserve. And I think that's amazing. So
you crushed that.
Right. Thank you, guys.
And come to Florida.
And come to Florida.
Everything's
better down here.
Well, I know. I'm just listening to you guys. I'm like, these guys are like people. I totally would like hang out with you guys. It's been so fun. So
come hang.
Yeah.
Katie's got girls' night.
Yeah, I got girls' night.
I know.
Come
I'll
hang.
have to DM you, sure.
Okay. Yes.
Love it. Well, nice meeting you, Taylor. We'll hopefully see you soon in South Florida.
Yeah, I wish.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you for calling, Taylor.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
All right, let's take one more caller, y'all.
You should let it burn.
I know we got to ride out to that song at the end, right? I just pulled the lyrics up just in case we don't know the words.
When you feel in your body, you found somebody who
makes you change your ways, like hanging with your crew.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, friends.
Hi, Jen. How are you?
What's going on?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Good.
Great.
Like this energy.
Where's that y'all coming from?
I'm from Georgia, so.
Okay.
Let's go, Georgia.
Are we a Go Dogs?
Yes, go Dogs.
Love
I'm
it.
obnoxious. I'm from Athens, Georgia, actually, so I'm very obnoxious.
Great city. Great city.
Yeah. I talked to y'all I think 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yep.
But anyway.
Well, thanks for sticking with us and rocking with us.
Yes. So I told y'all last time that I am a travel nurse, and every contract is usually like 3 months. I've been doing it for 4 years, and it's really hard to date when you're single when you're traveling, because guys catch on like, oh, you're only here for 3 months. Okay. So that's like, kind of a red flag. Like, are you only going to date me while I'm here? Or is this going to be long-term, So anyway, a travel nurse can stay in the city up to a year, though, if they want to. But anyway, so last year, I took a travel assignment in Fort Lauderdale. I was there from July to December. And I started dating a coworker. He was also an operating room nurse. And we hit it off and stuff. And on our first date, he was like, yeah, like I thought about traveling and whatever. And then we started dating. Like it ended up being a really good relationship. And he was like, yeah, like I could see myself traveling. Like, let's travel together. And I was like, yes. I was like, I think I met my person. So then like to the point where I even told my mom about it. I was like, Mom, I think I found my person. He's also a traveler. So like we can travel together, whatever. So then my friends met him, and they were like, Jen, he's like crazy about you. Like, you have him wrapped around your finger. And I was like, I know, like, it's kind of weird, you know? And so then later on in the road, he was like, you know, like, I kind of actually see myself traveling local, like only in Florida. And I had told him, I was like, I'm not staying in Florida like forever. Like, this is just not my home.
Right.
You know? And so he was like, oh, well, we'll see how things pan out. So then I was like, my contract was coming to an end the first week of December, which was like, the week right after Thanksgiving. And so I went back, I drove my car back home to Georgia, and then I flew back down, and I only had like a few stuff there. And I realized, like, shoot, like, I need to buy a suitcase because I had more stuff than I thought. And he's like, no, like, I'll just send it to you. Don't worry about it. Like, just send me your address, whatever. And we never really talked about what was going to happen after I left, because obviously he decided not to travel and I didn't want to stay in Florida, but we really, really, really liked each other. So then, like, I will never forget this. It was a Georgia-Alabama game in Atlanta. And he ghosted me a few days before that. And I was back at home, and he was still in Florida. And I was telling my guy friends about it. I was like, he's like ghosting me. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, that's just not him. And they're like, oh yeah, he's definitely with another chick. I was like, and then my girlfriends were like, don't tell her that. And I was like, yeah, don't tell me that. And then of course we lose against Alabama, like, so bad. So anyway, then I call him like 7 days after he had ghosted me. And he was so mean. He was like, hey. And I was like, hey. And then he's like, what's up? I was like, what's going on? He goes, well, you knew we were going to be over. And he was just kind of being a dick. And I was like, I'm not the kind of person who cries. Like, and I was crying. And he's like, why are you crying? Like, stop crying. And then finally my brother was next to me, and he just like hung up on him for me. So then I was like, crap. I was like, he has my stuff. And so then I let like the breakup pan out a little bit. And then the beginning of January, I text him and I'm like, hey, like, can I have my stuff back? Here's the address. Like, I'll Venmo you whatever it is, you know, to ship it. And he's like, yeah, like, I'll do it next weekend, whenever I'm off, blah, blah. Had me going for like 3 weeks. And I was like, you know what? Screw you. Like, I just need my stuff back. I don't understand why, like, you won't give it back and whatever. And we just got into it, didn't get anywhere. So I didn't hear, like, I just kind of was like, whatever, I give up on my stuff. I'm not going to get it back. And then, which was kind of annoying because it was like new clothes that still had price tags on them. And I was like, well, there goes that. Yeah. So then, like 3 months later, my friend Anna, who still works with him, was like, hey, and I think at this point it's like May maybe, or April, right before I moved to Boston. And she was like, hey, like, apparently he still has your stuff and he's wondering if he can give it to me. I was like, dude, he's had my stuff for like 5 months. Like, nah, it's fine. And so then she was like, yeah, it's weird. He still has your stuff because he has a girlfriend. And I was like, what? And then she was like, yeah, like, they started dating like 2 weeks after you left. And I was like, does this girl have my stuff? Like, is she wearing my stuff? So I started, and then I stalked them, and she was bigger than I am. So I was like, okay, good. And so anyway, I was like,
Oh my God. Hey, I have to say, your guy friends were right. And that's why guy friends are essential to girls, because they just tell you how it is.
Like,
we tell you the truth.
They tell you straight how it is. They don't sugarcoat it. And look, they were right.
I know, but I was like, I mean, I didn't even care about, like, at the time, I didn't care that he was dating someone else. My mom was just like, oh my gosh, that's why he never gave me my stuff back. But anyway, then later on, like, ever since May hit, so that was like, 5 months after our breakup, he wouldn't stop adding me on Instagram, and they're like, just block him. And I was like, I've never blocked anyone. Like, I'm like, no, but every time I got a friend request, like, I would freak out. I'm like, oh my gosh, is it him? And I'm like, why is he trying to add me? Like, he literally has a girlfriend, but whatever. So then like 2 or 3 weeks ago, he DM'd me telling me how much he missed me and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I like finally responded, and I was like, hey, what's up? You know? And he was just telling me things that I was like, oh, like, him and his girlfriend must have broken up. So then I was like, oh, like, you and your girlfriend broke up? He's like, no, we're still together. I was like, you little piece of shit.
Which shows you again, thank gosh you didn't date him.
Yeah, and that's why earlier someone was saying, like, thank God after a relationship. I was like, thank God, because I was like, clearly he was talking to this girl while he was with me.
Yep.
And like, now he's like saying things that he should not be saying to any girl other than his girlfriend, especially not me. So yeah, that's my breakup story. No, and I still don't have my stuff. He was like telling me all this stuff, pouring his heart out, and didn't even like the audacity, you know?
The audacity.
Just block that dude.
On
That's
to
it.
the
Yeah.
next.
Hey, you
Block.
don't even want that stuff anymore.
Yeah, he sounds toxic.
Yeah.
Block him.
And they feed off your reaction and adding you on Instagram multiple times to see if you're gonna bite. And the best thing you can do, block,
him.
silence, move on with your life, girlfriend. He is not who you
ain't
need
it.
to be with. He ain't
Yeah,
it.
he sounds crazy.
And I left my key into the side.
A fit
Pretty little souped up 4-wheel drive. Carve my name to his leather seats. Sorry.
You heard what they said.
Because music, what am I saying?
Yeah.
Music cures all.
Well, you definitely were with the wrong one.
Yeah.
And
To me, it's like, my question is like, if they're perfect throughout the relationship, like I genuinely did not see that coming. Like I was blindsided, you know, like, how do you know that they're like being unfaithful? Because I'm telling you, like we basically lived together.
I think time tells all.
Signs that like he was, because we also worked together on top of all, like we saw each other at work and we saw each other outside of work every day.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, when did he like sneak, was sneaky about
Well, just like he's doing to his current girlfriend right now, like DMing you behind, like
He's
it
doing the
could have
same
been
thing.
the same thing.
Is he on the toilet for a long time?
He's a repeat offender.
What's he doing on that toilet for 25 minutes?
I don't know. Maybe he has the
Painting
anxious
Picasso
sports or whatever.
That's a wake-up call. But yeah, you're right. It's a toilet.
He took some long shits. He's over there DMing other girls.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
He's got to go on a
So,
walk.
Foul, absolutely foul.
Let him go.
I had never. Yeah, I mean, I definitely let him go, and I blocked him whenever he messaged me and said that he still had a girlfriend. I was like, yeah, block. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I, there's always time to be sneaky. There's always enough hours in the day.
Right.
But I think what we learned here is like time tells all.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're going to find the true colors are always going to come out. The cream
I was
always
just gonna
rises to
say
the
that.
top, and you're always going to know what's real and what's true.
That is so true.
Oh yeah, like you said, like you learn how a person is like during a breakup. Like the way I just like at the time I was hurt because I felt disrespected that he ghosted me and then kept my stuff, and I was like, whatever, I moved on. Of course, exes always come back, and I'm just like, wow.
Character always shows up in a breakup.
Yep.
In a breakup.
Mhm.
Yeah, it really does.
Character always shows up in a breakup, and you see the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yep.
Yeah,
And the best thing to do is just do nothing.
Yep.
yeah.
And
Well,
that's it.
Taylor Swift is coming out. Yeah, Taylor Swift is coming out with an album in 3 weeks, so I'll be fine.
There we go.
Love that for you.
No,
Let-
I'm fine already, but yeah, I'm definitely moving on. And I don't know, I guess my thing is like I'm in Boston for another 3 months, and I'm just like, my friends are like, so like, are you willing to move to Boston? Because we don't want to do the whole Florida thing again. And I was like, yeah, you're right. That's a really good question, but I guess time will tell.
Yeah, you'll end up right where you want to be.
Yep.
Yeah,
You'll find that
yeah,
spot.
Yeah.
But Jen, thank you so much for calling. And thank you
Yeah,
for listening and hanging with us.
Yes, it was nice chit-chatting with y'all.
Yes.
and
You
venting.
too.
You too.
Thank you, Jen.
Have a good
The
night.
right one's coming, Jen.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Also, in a breakup, you know when like somebody has your stuff, or like you're like, oh, come get this.
They're
But
trying to
really,
hold
you
on
just
to you.
they're trying to hold on to you, and they're just trying to like see you. It'll be
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yep.
there's
that's
always
it.
the memes, and it's like one hair in the shower, and the guy's like texting like, come get your stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like just your hair left in the shower.
I remember when I went through the breakup before, and I still went back with the girl like 2 relationships ago. The hair would be in the shower, and I just look at it every day. Just wouldn't want it to fall.
All right.
No,
That said,
I told you, guys take it harder than women. I'm telling you that now. I'm convinced on this one.
I don't have any of your stuff but your hair
We are
in my
so
shower.
weak.
I would just look at it every day. And it's like,
it reminds me of Charlie's Angels, the guy that like sniffs.
Yes.
there's like a song. It's called "One Mississippi" by Brett Eldridge, and he's like, "Your lipstick stains still on my coffee cups."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like you never wanted to go away
I know.
Yep.
until you wanted that thing to go away, and just like that, we are done.
We're done.
Thank y'all for
Next week
tuning
we're
in.
talking about keeping the love burning.
Oh,
Ooh, this is
how to
good.
keep
Spicy.
things hot and nasty in the bed. Is that what we're talking
Good.
about?
Yeah.
We got a nice positive topic.
Yes.
we gonna be-
So everybody practice.
Let's get horny. We're out. episode 12 next week, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Be there.
I
And be hot
get
and
so
ready.
weak in the knees, I can hardly speak. I lose all control. Yes.
Love y'all. We'll see y'all.